All right, I want to welcome everybody back to the podcast here. We have a special guest with us. If you want to introduce yourself.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. My name is Graham Quacka. I actually work with that dude right there.
Nice. Anyways, Graham, welcome to the podcast.
I didn't really introduce myself, but yeah. I feel welcome, right?
Welcome. Sure. All right.
It's me again.
Yeah, we got the one and only Mr. Braden over here. So we're just going to get right into it because we don't have time to waste, and this is a very big topic, right? So today we're going to be discussing about what happens when you die, and there's a lot of controversies around it, and so we're going to discuss some of those today. So who would like to start this off with your ideas, and what do you think might happen when you pass?
Well, yeah, the topic... Okay, well, the topic at hand here is what happens when you die. Some heavy stuff there. I just want to start off by saying I don't think you can conceptually sit down and say one thing's going to happen or another. I don't think there's I just don't think there's any proof any way you cut it. I mean, I am religious, but outside of that, I don't think there's anything you can say to really convince someone. I don't know how you guys feel, but that's just kind of like...
So what you're saying is, what you're saying is if I believe in something and you want to change my mind, you can't change my mind in a topic like this. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I just think it's so heavy. It's just kind of like the concept of space, like never ending. It's like just imagining dying. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird to like fathom that is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and so many religions have their different viewpoints on what happens after death. Like if it's reincarnation or going to heaven or just flat out simply you're done and the world still revolves in circles and no one really gives a fuck and people will start moving on with or without you. I think there is something bigger than the humankind that when you die it's too hard to tell in almost exact words unless if you experience it yourself type of deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I myself have had people tell me, because first of all, a long time ago my cousin died for almost 3 hours maybe, and he was brought back to life. I personally have not asked him what happened when he was gone, but like he was dead, like his heart was done, like beat, and they tried until my uncle gave a go away and then he was brought back to life. Thank God, because it's crazy. And I myself have never asked him like what happened, because I think when people ask him about that, it's a touchy subject, and it's not something that people shouldn't really experience death unless that they're going to stay dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, I just understand that. I mean, wait, Yusuf, you can go ahead.
Well, yeah. So there are people think differently when they die, like as Braden stated, different religions, reincarnation, stuff like that. How do I phrase this? Like, do you think when you die, there is nothingness? For example, is there heaven or hell, or are you just you're just there in the darkness or nothingness?
Yeah. And like, that's the thing, is like, I don't think there is such thing as nothing, like an absolute zero kind of thing. Like, I can't, kind of what I was saying earlier, is like, I can't, I don't think the brain can comprehend just ending. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be something at the end of the tunnel.
Well,
Like,
You still have a soul, and like it is like scientifically proven that your soul does carry.
yeah. Yeah, I actually know what you're referring to. Yeah, so like when someone dies and you weigh them, like right when they die, they weigh a little bit less, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, I'm not saying I believe in this like a nothingness, but the thing is, before we were born, there was a nothingness. Like we weren't sitting in the darkness wondering, oh, when am I gonna get born, or when am I gonna get placed on Earth? It was just nothingness. And now that we've been born, we can't stand nothingness. And so the thing is that if we came from nothingness and if we died, then nothing would really change. You know, you wouldn't be like, oh man, I'm dead. I can't. When am I going to be placed on Earth again? It would just be a nothingness.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like, religion aside, it's just dying. It's just weird. Like, the whole, like, you can't explain. I mean, scientifically, yeah, you can explain that the one person, they weigh less after they die, but, like, obviously, from then on, you can't explain what happens, you know? And that's really what my thing is. I'm more of a skeptic about it. I just kind of question, you know, just the process and whatever. I mean, there's really, as I said, no answer to that. But just to kind of entertain that thought, it's like, you know, what do you guys think happens when that, whatever it is, point, whatever of, whatever.
Knocking on your door.
Say that again?
When death comes knocking on your door,
Yeah.
type of deal.
Well,
Yeah.
see, the thing is too, like, so I watch a lot of paranormal things, like Ghost Adventures and Ghost Hunters and stuff like that. And in these in these shows, there obviously people have died, and then they've stated that they came back as ghosts, and most, if not all of them, don't know that they're ghosts, and they think that they're still human, just walking around pretending they are real. And so the thing is that if you do die, like, how in what cases can you come back as a ghost, and you know, stuff like that.
I think I have a really good, like, maybe an explanation to that.
Okay.
So, like I said, when your soul leaves the body, who knows where it goes? But if there's a destination where the soul goes, like if you do get reincarnated into something else, or you do go to heaven and live with God and all this, I do think ghosts are real, because I did have experience with ghosts before. But I think it's when the soul gets lost in that transformation phase to where it needs to go when whatever happens after death happens.
Yeah.
And they're just so lost, and like people say, if you watch that stuff, the ghosts are usually, they refer them to as bad sometimes, but sometimes they're good. But I just think it's when the human or the soul is betrayed by what they have done and what they have experienced is how they move forward within that death process.
Yeah, so you're basically saying they're kind of like tricked into it, like they don't know the difference or whatever between reality and what's not.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's why they are here.
Yeah, and I've read that most of the time they actually they would repeat the actions they did before they died.
Exactly.
So say like they would always, like, say in life they would always open windows and stuff like that and check the scenery. As a ghost, they would always do that, and they would repeat stuff, especially the things they've done right before their deaths and things like that. And since we're on about ghosts right now, apparently there are signs to figure out that there is a ghost around you. For example, like your battery's dying, or say like there's a cold spot. Do you guys know anything else, or?
Oh yeah, your hair will start to like come up like on your skin.
Oh, like goosebumps.
Yeah, goosebumps. Sometimes you actually feel like a mark on, because they will. It depends on the force of like. This is what I've heard. I don't know if it's real or not. But like the force, the soul or whatever, the phantom is there is how strong it's going to be, and like there's like different like frequencies of where the soul is left to how the ghost is there in reality.
And so the thing is, actually, I've read that ghosts, they like to attach themselves to someone else. So recently I was talking to Graham about this, how a couple of my friends and I were gonna go to a we're gonna go to a haunted mill over the weekend. I asked him to join us, but he's being a little baby. He doesn't want to join us. So so I'm not really scared of if I see a ghost, but I'm a little shook about them trying to attach themselves to me and potentially bringing them into my home, where I then have to deal with
the paranormal, whatever. The thing is it's not that I'm being a baby. It's just like, for me, it's exactly that. I don't want to like. There's this notion like, if you don't like, what's the word, feed into it, it doesn't like kind of affect you. I don't know if you guys have heard that, but kind of just with those situations, it's kind of like ignorance is bliss kind of thing. It's just like, if you don't mess with it, it will kind of leave you alone. Like, I know ghosts are real. Like, you don't gotta sit here and debate that with me, because I know they are. I mean, I've definitely heard people talk about stuff, and as a kid too, I've had situations where I just, I haven't seen any ghosts, but I remember my brother was, talked to my mom at a young age, and when you're a little kid, you don't necessarily know how to lie yet, and he was telling my mom, he's like, oh, look at all these people around us, and he was just like, the little kid is like telling my mom about like all these people that are playing with him and stuff in our house. So I mean, that stuff, I know it's real. It's just basically what I'm saying is I don't fuck with it. I don't want to fuck with it, basically.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's very true. And so ghost, and then there's the other spectrum where you go to ghosts, and then you go to demons, which is they're on a way different spectrum, and I don't know if the same rules apply to ghosts as they do apply.
That's exactly what I'm saying is like the way that they lived their life and the way that life ended is how the ghost
live out their fantasy or whatever.
Exactly.
See, like with demons though, like I don't know if you guys ever looked up videos, but like there's videos of like exorcisms and stuff, and it's just insane.
I
saw one where there was this girl, I think it was in like Russia or something, and like she was like this frail little girl, and there were like 8 grown-ass men like on top of her, and she was just shaking everyone and speaking in a weird-ass voice and stuff, and it's like, there's no way you can just fake this. Like, it's just...
Yeah, you can't pull that out of your ass.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. It's insane. Like, definitely, I feel like I sound kind of dumb saying this, but I feel like demons are, like a amplified form of a ghost in terms of its power, if you will.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you guys agree with that or not.
Oh, definitely.
Really...
And see, the thing is, for demons though, instead of ghost, I mean, I wouldn't really say that. Even like, say a mean-spirited person dies, they wouldn't potentially come back and be a demon. There would probably be an angry soul, which would Portuguese or whatever how you pronounce it. You know how they throw books and move chairs. I would say there would potentially be a ghost like that. But for demons, I think that you actually you have to be into devil worshiping, and you actually have to summon and open portals.
The Ouija board.
Ouija boards and stuff like that. And I see people on YouTube all the time doing these challenges of opening rifts and
oh god.
talking to demons and ghosts, and I'm just like I don't know how you have the balls to do stuff like that, or like go in the mirror do stuff like Bloody Mary, and even though like stuff like that could be like folktale, but you never want to risk something like that, and that's why for me I would never do anything like that. Plus I'm black, so I got the You'll be
the first guy to die in the movie.
I got my genes to protect me and say, no, you don't want to do that because some scary shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And no, go ahead.
I kind of lost my train of thought, but yeah, just I don't know. I think that. Oh, no, I was going to say is, basically, from my understanding, like, in terms of religious view about demons, is, like, they were, what was it? The story is that Satan tried to overthrow God, and he had, he was able to convince a third of the angels to, try and do that, and long story short, he loses, and he gets sent to hell amongst with those 1/3 of the angels, and those angels are demons.
Okay.
And those demons used to be angels.
Yeah.
That's, from my understanding, that's like where that kind of comes from.
Yeah. So I think religion plays a big part in the afterworld and the afterlife. And I it's safe to say that you both here believe there's a heaven and there's a hell, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe you go to a heaven.
Okay.
Personally, from experiences that I've had, or not I've had, but people around me had.
Mm-hmm.
Like, back in 2014 when my grandma was dying, she knew that she was going to die based on the fact that my grandpa, who has been dead since 2004, which is her husband, actually like talked to her in like her dreams, like it was like a reality, like literally right there, and she knew that her time has come just because of that, and she died the next day.
Yeah, that's something.
That is crazy.
And so, another thing is that if we backtrack to the ghosts and paranormal and stuff like that, I personally don't have a pet, but I guess in a case with the ghosts, kids and pets and babies are likely to see these things.
Yep.
Which is why I would want like a cat or something.
They say dogs could actually smell
the ghost.
Oh yeah, I've heard that as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because their senses are so much stronger than humans, and their noses, they could just seriously just smell them out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually kind of cool.
Oh yeah, interdimensional powers right there.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, if I was a dog though, and I see spirits and stuff like that, I would be pretty scared, and knowing the fact that no one else can see what I'm seeing. And dogs barking. You're barking to your owner, telling them look this way. They look, they don't see anything. If I was a dog, I would personally be scared. I don't know.
Yeah. The other thing is, this isn't as bad as I'd say that Finding Bigfoot television show where literally they're just chasing sounds and like
Yep.
footprints or whatever,
Yep.
and like pieces of strands of hair or whatever. But I think I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think there's like really any solid like proof, like, you know, mainstream proof that everyone believes or whatever common belief kind of thing that there's like footage of any of this stuff.
Well,
It's like, oh, that's computerized. Oh, this, that. There's so much skepticism behind most of this stuff. And I think for a good reason. I think just because people like that safety blanket of like, nah, it's not real.
yep.
But it just, I don't know, like, that's something that kind of bothers me too. Is like, I believe it to be real, but I haven't like dove into the, I guess you'd say, the evidence behind a lot of this stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and see
I've just heard stories and whatnot.
Yeah, so the thing about, you know, reality shows like that is you don't know what goes on behind the scene.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Man vs. Wild. I'm giving an example here, or so it was some wild show where like this guy would have to survive in the jungle by himself for some days.
Bear Grylls.
Yeah,
dude.
and then this picture leaked of them eating pizza.
Yeah.
They were eating,
I saw that.
yeah, they're eating pizza, you know, when he wasn't filming, and like it's things like that where like you can't really believe you can't really believe people who go out and look for Bigfoot because they can plant shit, you know, and then tell you it's true otherwise.
Mhm.
But yeah, to truly understand, I think you would have to experience it yourself. And
Yeah, absolutely.
there's a point where like if you do experience it and you try to voice it to others, they
Yeah.
might, and when they don't believe you, you know, there's that anger and like, how are you gonna tell me, you know, how I saw and you know what I felt when I was there and I experienced it, and you saying what I'm saying is a lie, you know? It's kind of like that.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing, though. It's like everyone's just a natural skeptic, though, when it comes to this paranormal stuff, because you don't want to fill your head with that kind of nonsense in terms of from their point of view. But,
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, like, you have no solid proof, where it's a picture, or whatever.
But yeah, that's true. I've also heard that I don't know if this is true or not, that you can take some things to the afterlife. You know, like the Egyptians, they would bury their
Oh, sure, yeah. Their gold and
they bury the
personal
gold and their
belongings,
material,
or-
yeah, things like that. And as I stated before, I watch a lot of ghost movies and stuff, adventures and stuff like that. And there's this
okay.
there's this thing is like where if someone like loves something so much and they, you know, they die with it, that object will also become, you know, ghostly. So like if I love my car so much and my car blows up and I die within the car.
Which one of your four cars?
Okay, that's not the point here, okay? But see, so I love my car so much and it blows up and I die with it. It is it is said that maybe like you could see me driving around with the car that I died in.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I don't know if that's
That'd be pretty badass.
I don't know if that's true or not, because you know it is an object. You know, objects don't
Just
really.
rolling around in your Audi in the interdimensional
Oh,
barrier.
to be honest though, today when I was driving my Volvo, you wouldn't believe what happened. I thought I was actually gonna die. So this kind of relates to the topic we're talking about here. So, anyways, my oil pressure light has been on for about, I would say, like a year, right? And usually when that light comes on, you want to take it to the shop right away. So I've been driving the car for a year with that light on, whatever. And I would always tell myself that one day that the car is gonna blow up on me, I'm gonna die, right? So whatever. So today I was driving my girlfriend to her house, and then like the car, it made a heavy noise, or you know, it was super loud when I pressed on the gas. You know, you can hear it from miles away. So I told her, like, this car is gonna blow up. We're gonna die, and I just want you to know, I love you and stuff like that. And she's like, oh, stop playing, stop joking around. Like, I was like serious, because I was supposed to go and get that car in the service for about a year now, and I clearly haven't, right? So we're driving. The car stopped. It wouldn't turn on, and then the engine started smoking, and I'm like, oh shit. We should probably get out of this car before it blows up, and stuff like that. Cause
Dude, holy crap! What time was this?
yeah, it was like I would say about like 12. Like no, it was like at least 1 going to 2, and so
Dude, because I heard on the radio something about a flaming car. was that you?
no.
That's a small world. That was you. Oh.
But
Okay, but go on.
But yeah, so the engine started smoking, and I'm like, yeah, we should probably get out of this car before, stuff blows up. And I had to go to work that day. I mean, it was today. I had to go to work today, and I have a stuff in the car, so I'm like, this is all tangible stuff. I don't really need it, but hey, whatever. But see, the thing that's what this ties into what I'm also gonna say is like,
Sure.
You see videos of people driving down the road, and then like say a plane comes in and just strikes them right in the heart, and they die instantly, and that stuff like that just proves that your life can end so fast and so quick, and that you should value life more than you do right now. But
Absolutely.
yeah, so like any time during today, that engine could have just blown up, and that would have been the wrap for me. No podcast, no nothing. And so,
unless it was beyond the grave at that point, maybe.
All right, boys. I would love to continue talking about this topic, and I really hate doing this on a podcast right now, but I have got to go.
All right, man.
Take a number 2.
But yes.
All right. Well, it was nice meeting you.
Yep, and
Not physically.
In the spirit.
In the spirit form.
no pun intended, right?
No pun was intended.
Wow. Well.
All right, guys. I'm logging off, and I will hope to meet you guys on another day.
Yeah. Maybe in the afterlife one day, all right, man. See ya.
All right,
see you, man.
Yeah. All right, so I guess our main host just left, which is it should be the other way around where the guest leaves first.
The ship is sinking. This podcast is dying.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
but go on what you were saying.
Yeah, so I was just saying that life, it can just end so fast.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what I would do if say I'm driving a car and then like a wooden plank just strike my friend in the head and kills him instantly. I don't know what I would do. Honestly.
Yeah, that's a funny thing. In these movies we see growing up, it's always like someone's on their deathbed and they get to mumble the last sentence.
Yes, yeah.
But it's like in reality that's never the case, because in a car accident going friggin' 70 miles an hour and like a collision, and you just snap your neck and die.
Yep.
It's insane, because it's like, you're right, the fragility of life is insane, because there is no, that's the ultimate regret, I think, is just not being able to say what you wanted to say, or, just like your last breath or whatever you wanted to say to your family or whatever, but.
Yep. There's a lot of things we don't know about. What happens after death, and honestly, I don't know what you would answer this question to, but if you had the opportunity to live forever, would you live forever?
To answer that question very quickly, no. Because I'd rather die and figure out what happens afterwards, especially the fact that I'm a Christian. That feeds into it mostly. But the other thing is, like, I feel like this is so depressing as AF, but Earth sucks. I mean, just the
Oh, yeah.
people, the wars, the disease. It just sucks. I don't want to live on this earth forever, especially with the population issues. If everyone was living forever, we would have to live on Mars in 20 years if that's the
definitely.
case. So I was like, I'm not like trying to burden the next generations of little grannies running around to have to deal with my old wrinkly self living forever and having to wipe my ass. I don't know. No, yeah. To answer that question again, yeah, I wouldn't. Just because, yeah, I'd rather just leave and become soil someday. I'd much rather take that over living forever.
Yeah, but see, the counter argument to that is, I mean, I wouldn't want to live forever too. But what people would say is, how things are changing, technology is improving, and by the time we reach to the stage of, say, flying cars or teleportation, we would all be dead. There's no
Absolutely.
doubt about it, and we won't get to live, the futuristic life of teleporting to your friend's house whenever you want to teleport to your friend's house.
Yeah.
Because we would be long gone by then, and that's the argument people could make.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah. I mean, so, what is your reasoning for not wanting to live forever?
I would say, if I could live forever, life wouldn't be as important to me as it is right now. Which is obvious, right? So
Okay.
if I could live forever, I wouldn't go through 12 years of school and then
Hell.
and then go through another 4 years of college, and then I wouldn't try and get that job
Yeah.
that would pay
That's a
me.
very good point.
I wouldn't try. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't try and get that job that would pay me well to feed my family and provide provide for them.
Sounds so depressing, but
Yeah,
yes, I see
it's
your
true,
point,
like,
though.
you
That's
wouldn't-
actually a very good point.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that urgency to get stuff
Yeah.
done, because you know that if you don't get it done today, you could get it done tomorrow or 5,000
Or
years.
500 years
yeah.
from now, yeah.
So that's the thing. People would basically just be lazy. I would think so.
Yeah. What that reminds me of is like those people in Wall-E that are like attached
Oh.
to their chairs. That's what that reminds me of. I mean, dude, that's such a good point, though. It's like, I think the fact, like, I think it was Bob Marley that said this. Don't quote me on quoting him, but it's like, to live is to suffer, and basically, yeah, like, the moment you're born, you're like dying. So it's
Yeah.
like, ever since then, it's like you have no idea. You're born with an expiration date. Like, some point, you're going to die. Fate, religion, whatever view you have on it, you're going to die someday. And I think that is the reason why people do so many crazy things. That's why people get married. That's why people have kids.
Yep.
That's a reason for literally everything that people decide to do. Get a new car or whatever. It's just like, you don't know. Live it up. Do what you want to be, and like leave a legacy behind
Yeah.
to be remembered for. Like, that's something I noticed too. Is like kind of to stem from that is like, for example, like a leader in today's world, like Obama. He's living right now, and he was a president for 8 years and whatever, and whatever he accomplished, blah 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 blah. Who cares? Don't care. Anyways, it's the moment he dies that everyone's gonna be talking about him nonstop because he becomes history. Like, everyone wants that. That's a huge thing. Is like, you want to leave a footprint. You want to leave something to be remembered for. And I feel like if you're living, it's just kind of like, oh, that's a guy who was the president for 8 years, and look at him now. Like, it's just kind of like when you're dead. That's when things really sink in. No pun intended. 6 feet under. Yeah, but that was a really good point you brought up.
Yeah, and so that what you just talked about, it also goes along with artists. When I say I'm an artist, right, and I create an apple sculpture, I'm alive. The sculpture may go for say about $1,000. All right, given the fact it's just an apple, a basic apple sculpture. But the moment I die, and hypothetically here I'm famous, like I'm really famous.
Okay.
So
Well, that is.
so the moment I die, you know, people are lined up trying to buy the sculpture, and it goes 10,000, 20,000, probably even 1,000,000.
Okay. Turn down that important.
It seems a bit far fetched, but just you wait, man. Just you wait one day.
Just like apple you took a bite out of. Oh my god, it's worth $1 million. Look at the way it's just rotting in the sun.
You know what this makes me think of?
What?
I don't know if this was fake or not, but on the news, some guy sold a Harambe Cheeto.
Oh my god.
For like, I don't know how much he sold it for, but it was a lot more than what you would think a Cheeto would cost.
Yes, I see your logic, and that's the funny thing. It's such a simple thing. Like, I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan, and I don't know if anyone else is just listening or what. Have you watched that show?
I do not.
I'll take that as a no.
No.
Anyways, the last episode, it was season 3, episode 1. Like,
wait, spoiler alert! Come on, man.
okay, it's like a spoiler alert. Whatever, not really, but I'm just bringing up a point. The Szechuan sauce that all everyone's freaking out about that it came from that show. Is they were bringing up the fact that Mulan had this promotional thing with McDonald's, like in I think it was 1999 or something, whenever the movie came out, and it was like they only made it for like basically the duration of the movie, and once it was in theaters and whatever, and they took it off forever. They haven't had it since, and people are selling a little Szechuan sauce dipping thing for literally hundreds of dollars.
Really?
We're talking, yes, and I'm not exaggerating. We're talking the same size of honey mustard or ranch they give you. Like that. It's you know what I mean? They teased us with the thing and took it away forever. And that's kind of the concept of dying, or someone dying and taking them away forever. It's just, oh my gosh, look what the Szechuan sauce was. It was so good.
How do you even pronounce
it
it
while it was here, kind of thing.
How do you even pronounce that? I can't.
Szechuan
sauce. Szechuan sauce. That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
Yeah. So I think we've covered most things about life and death. The supernatural and the afterlife and stuff like that. Is there...
Harambe's Cheeto.
Yeah, Harambe.
Szechuan sauce.
Well, obviously that does play into play because Harambe is dead. His death was his death was unconstitutional, and it wasn't he didn't have to go that way. I mean, it wasn't really his fault that the parent. Let the kid, hop over the fence. Was it really his fault?
Just bad parenting. My God, Harambe.
I know.
Poor guy. Remember that meme you showed me? It was when they see Harambe get faded or something, and he's getting in the car.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's whatever, off topic, but yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Harambe, he didn't think that he was gonna die that day. He wasn't
exactly.
He was like, oh, I'm just gonna wake up today and some kid's gonna fall in my enclosure.
My balls, yeah, and then little to his demise.
Yeah.
But
I would.
I mean, to say what?
I was gonna say I would trade him for someone like Justin Bieber. Honestly.
Yes, hands down, hands down. You could throw in friggin' Ariana Grande or something.
Yeah.
It's a 2-for-1 kind of thing.
Yeah.
Buy one get one kind of deal.
Yeah. See, her recent concert, you would say it was the bomb.
Bomb. Okay. I see where you're going with it.
All right. Okay. We need to stop. You gotta stop. But yeah. Well, it's been fun having you on the show, Graham.
Yeah.
You want to give
I'm down to come back.
You're not invited back. I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
well, this is to find a way to hack your show, like the North Korea did to that one movie with Seth Rogen and whatever his name is, James Franco.
The Dictator? Was it the Dictator?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'll find a way to do that to your podcast.
Wow.
If you don't let me back on, basically, it's what I'll do.
All right, Edward Snowden, don't. Just calm down.
A whistle blowing over here.
But yeah, so
it was an honor to be on the show.
Oh wow!
An honor, absolute honor.
Thank you. We hope that you come back and we didn't scare you. I hope we didn't get too touchy with our subjects here, because we're gonna get even more touchy when the next podcast.
We're gonna get all up in your grill. Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have a little outro you want to do for the fans? You know?
Yeah, I think the more you do these podcasts, I think the more the show will like have a focus point. You know, like this is the second one you've done, and we're kind of getting your footing. You know. So I think the more we do these, and like if we can get people to interact with them more, we'll kind of have more of an idea of like where it's headed, kind of thing, you know. So yeah, definitely keep doing your thing, boy.
Okay, so we're done. All right, man.
All right, well, deuces.
All right, see ya.